They say change is the only constant in life, and I wholeheartedly agree. Change isn't just something that happens to us, it's something we can actively embrace and benefit from. It's not something to fear, but rather something to welcome with open arms. Lately, I've been feeling stuck in a rut, lacking in creativity and motivation. I knew deep down that something needed to change, but I wasn't quite sure what that something was. The routine of my reselling business started to feel suffocating, and even my passion for creating YouTube videos began to dwindle. The spark just wasn't there anymore, so I decided to take a step back and reassess my situation. Speaking of change, I'm currently immersed in a couple of projects. Recently, I decided to give Mr. C's office a much-needed makeover. I finished part 1, and the results have been fantastic. He's absolutely loving this new space, and he's even remarked on how much joy it brings him since he does work from home. It's amazing how a simple change in environment can have such a positive impact on our daily lives. One significant change I made was relocating my desk from my office to my dining room. I have found immense joy in this decision because it has allowed me to work while enjoying the view of the outdoors and to engage in spontaneous conversations with Mr. C in his nearby office throughout the day. Additionally, I opted for a standing desk for this new space. I recognize my tendency to neglect organization when it comes to my desk, so I decided against having any drawers. The choice not only simplifies my workspace, but it also gives me the flexibility to stand while editing or listing items on eBay. Two weeks ago, my desktop computer crashed, leaving me without the ability to edit for 6 days. Thankfully, Mr. C came to the rescue and built me a new one. During that downtime, instead of getting stressed, I shifted my focus and utilized my laptop to list more items on eBay. However, I must admit I did miss the convenience and efficiency of my desktop. In keeping with the style of my dining room, I decided to forego my office chair and instead opted for an upholstered chair I stumbled upon at the thrift store for a steal of a deal of $25. To try and maintain a clutter-free appearance in this area where I have my desk, I decided to reorganize the furniture. I relocated the chairs that were beside my china cabinet to sit alongside my buffet, which I affectionately call Elizabeth. As for the chairs next to Elizabeth, I've decided to sell them. This cabinet serves as the home for all my candles and all my smell goods, and I decided to reorganize it so I could also house all of my office supplies and camera equipment since it's located very close to my desk.
Hey baby, go take a nap. Go take a nap. Go take a nap.
While we were in the midst of the makeover in Mr. C's office, the overflow of items ended up scattered across the dining room. Seeing the clutter all over the dining room table makes me feel very anxious. Though I haven't finished organizing Mr. C's office yet, I recognize that if I allow this clutter to linger, it will inevitably multiply and have babies. These cabinets were originally in Mr. C's office. I found them at a thrift store, I believe for $20 a piece. However, we made the decision to replace them with smaller consoles that better suits his space. And we decided to sell these cabinets as they were always a challenge to keep dust-free.
Change the way I love it. Maybe if I try to fix this, start then I could have way I love it. Maybe if I try to fix this if I change the way I change my mind, baby, we got time to make this right. What you need. Maybe if I change the way I love it. Maybe if I try to fix this I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. If I change the way I change maybe we got time
My brother-in-law crafted these beautiful barn doors for us when we first moved into our home. And while I initially appreciated their charm, they no longer align with my evolving style. Considering that we hardly ever use them, I saw an opportunity for change to refresh this area of our home and give it a new look simply by removing them. Change isn't always easy, but it's often necessary for growth. And in my case, embracing change has led to a renewed sense of passion and purpose. So here's to embracing change and all the possibilities it brings, because sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from the smallest adjustments.